What's up, Canucks Nation? Victor here, and tell me, are you guys feeling that preseason energy in the air too, or is it just me? Look, our Canucks Nation Report is live, and we need to have a real talk about what's going on in Vancouver right now. We're going through a crucial transition phase with this team, and the news over the last few hours made that crystal clear. On one hand, man, it's honestly tough to swallow. We're heading to Penticton next month, and a whopping 14 prospects from our pipeline won't even set foot at training camp. That's right, 14. That includes our third overall pick from the last draft, the hottest prospect in the whole organization, who's off to the NCAA and missing out due to academic rules. In other words, that instant hype of seeing our biggest future star skating side by side with the veterans on the same ice, forget it, it's not happening right now. But look, while the distant future might be locked up in college and over in Europe, the present could be an absolute shocker. While everyone's hyping up the usual suspects for a breakout year, there's a young defenseman flying way under the radar who could be our biggest secret weapon. This kid is 6'3", solid, flies on the ice, and now he's reuniting with our new head coach, the guy who already brought out his absolute best in the AHL. If this young blue liner just sharpens his processing speed in our defensive zone, we're talking about a legitimate top 4 defenseman falling right into our laps. It's our top draft promise missing from Penticton versus the surprise defenseman who could blow up on the main roster right now. So, family, any guesses on who this defenseman is that's ready to step up and take over? Hold tight, because we're revealing and breaking all of this down. But first, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're on a crazy push to hit our goal of 2,000 subscribers here at Canucks Nation Report, and every single one of you makes a huge difference in growing this community. Subscribed? Let's roll into the video. Man, let's keep it real about this training camp coming up in Penticton next month. Every single year, we wait for September with that ultimate fan anxiety, right? We just want to see the newly drafted kids putting on the jersey and watch how our pipeline is developing on the same ice as the NHL guys. But this year, man, talk about a massive reality check. We are talking about 14 prospects who simply won't be there. 14! And the biggest punch to the gut, there's no denying it, is Caleb Malhotra. Bro, the kid was our 3rd overall pick back in June. We saw that spark in his eyes at development camp in July and thought, damn, the future of our offense is in good hands. But then NCAA reality hits. His classes at Boston University start on September 2nd, a full 2 weeks before camp opens in Penticton. Under NCAA rules, an enrolled player can't miss class to participate in pro events or represent an NHL team in outside competition. So, unlike OHL guys like Adam Novotny, who gets to practice, play in that September 19th exhibition game against Seattle, and then head back to Peterborough, Malhotra is hands tied. And the frustration is real, because we probably won't see our crown jewel wearing the blue and green again until next spring, after his college season wraps up. And it's not just him, you guys. Our NCAA pipeline is huge right now. We're talking 11 guys in that exact situation. Nicholas Aram Olsen, one of our top 2026 picks, Brizgalov, Davis, Dervin, Alkos, Lansing, Romani, Gardner, Perkins, and Aiden Celebrini. Combine that with 3 kids over in Europe who are already starting their league play, Sansanens in Switzerland with Lausanne, Eriksson in Sweden, and Ivchenko in the Russian MHL, and boom, our pipeline is scattered all across the globe. Oh, and there's Wilson Bjork at Colorado College with that weird block plan schedule, who could easily end up being the 15th player missing. Look, rationally, I get it. It's what's best for their development. The NCAA and Europe are incredible leagues to grow in. But as a fan, man, it kind of hurts. That classic, magical moment where we get to evaluate almost the entire future of the franchise on the exact same ice just isn't happening in 2026. We'll see the OHL guys in the Abbotsford group, but the elite tier of our prospect pool is way out of reach.
Now, think about this with me. If our top draft talent is locked up in college and won't be setting foot on the Penticton ice, the pressure on the current roster to see who's going to step up increases tenfold, right? Because while we're mourning the absence of the NCAA kids, there is a young player who will be at camp, a guy coming off a huge championship run in the AHL, but who had a super rocky, concerning stretch in the NHL last season. A lot of people had already written him off, but a major behind-the-scenes change in the organization may have just set the stage for this guy to completely blow up and become the biggest breakout story on our blue line in 2026-27. Want to know who this mystery player is and why our new head coach changes everything for him? Check out what's brewing behind closed doors. All right, guys, let's talk about the kid everyone seems to be sleeping on, Victor Mancini. Before we jump into why this guy could literally redefine our defense this year, do me a quick favor. If you haven't yet, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We're super close to reaching our goal of 2,000 subscribers here on Canucks Nation Report, and every single subscription helps us keep this community growing strong. Now, listen, coming into the 2026-27 season, there are so many open questions about where this team is heading. Everyone's throwing around breakout names like Zeev Buium, Linus Karlsson, or Liam Ogren, but Mancini, hardly anyone is talking about him, and honestly, that's a huge mistake. Remember how he got here? Early 2025 in that massive trade that sent JT Miller to the Rangers. At first, most of us thought he was just a throw-in piece to balance the deal, but then he suited up in Abbotsford and wow, at 6'3" and 225 pounds, the guy is an absolute unit, but he moves like a skater half his size. He played top 4 minutes, handled tough matchups, and helped lead Abbotsford all the way to a Calder Cup championship. Now, look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend his 24 games in Vancouver last season were pretty. They weren't. He had the worst Corsi percentage on the team among regulars, averaged under 14 minutes, got sheltered offensive starts, and got scratched for the last 3 games. If you just look at the stat sheet, it looks like a red flag. But as a fan watching the games, you could see why he struggled. It wasn't a lack of tools or size, it was the speed of the game. In the NHL, if you wait until the puck hits your stick to scan the ice, the forecheck is already on top of you. Mancini was rushing breakout passes, overskating under pressure, and reacting instead of anticipating. Here's why I'm genuinely hyped for him this season. Manny Malhotra is now our head coach in Vancouver. Mancini already played under Manny in Abbotsford. Manny knows his strengths, knows his weaknesses, and most importantly, Mancini knows Manny's system inside and out. When Mancini plays with confidence, the game slows down for him. If he can sharpen those quick first reads out of our zone, we aren't just looking at a fringe guy, we're looking at a legitimate right-handed physical top 4 NHL defenseman. When you step back and connect the dots between these two stories, what does it actually tell us about the Vancouver Canucks right now? It tells us that this 2026-27 season is an absolute high-stakes junction for the franchise. On one hand, with Caleb Malhotra and 13 other top prospects completely missing training camp due to NCAA and European commitments, we don't have the luxury of leaning on a shiny new wave of draft picks to save us overnight. The future is bright, but it's locked away in college dorms and European rinks. That means the present moment is 100% decisive. We need guys who are already in the system, like Mancini, to step up, lock down roster spots, and prove they belong in the NHL right now. If internal development fails, this season could turn concerning real fast. But if guys like Mancini take that leap under Coach Malhotra, we might uncover a core piece we didn't even realize we had. I'm choosing to stay hopeful, but the pressure is officially on. What about you, Canucks Nation? Do you think Mancini claims a top 4 spot this year, or are you worried about our pipeline missing camp? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can hit that 2,000 subscriber mark together. I'm Victor, this is Canucks Nation Report, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Go Canucks!